Alright, supernal wisdom. Rabbi Yedia was. What does the word Bereshit mean? It is wisdom upon which world of heaven is established and to conceal the secrets of namely with the light of beyond. Here are six supernal greater properties. The Vak Dinamenia, for which everything emerges, six rivers of mouths, Vak the way of heaven, the flow of the great sea, the man of the Israel were formed from the word of Bereshit, consists of the created, and she Aramaic six, meaning the six properties were created. Who created them? He who is unmentioned, concealed, and unknown of the Eric or Ampin. There are two types of light of wisdom in the world of Azazalt. The original light of the light of wisdom of Azazalt is called concealed ore of Hokmah, or the concealed light of wisdom. The light of wisdom is present and the object of the Alzava, and does not spread to the lower heavens. Light of wisdom descends to the 32 path of the beyond, who extends to the Rosh of the altruism, or light of wisdom passes to heaven. Hence, the Bereshit, meaning Bereshit of with Hoshama, or with wisdom. However, not true that the light of wisdom that concealed the Alzva, rather than light when descending 32 paths of the beyond of the heaven, sustaining the Zephyr and Nevat. It is written in the world established concealed supernal secrets that from when called the world received the light of wisdom. 32 paths ascended to seeing to conceal supernatural secrets. Hence, that the world enter concealed supernal secrets attain the degree of vivid that the lower and one of the ends of the upper one from the equal to its properties. The word Bereshit, meaning beside divided with Bereshit, also divided Barshit in Hebrew. Both words are spelled the same. When translated, created Sephiroth's property with called Vak, abbreviations of wall, the six extremities, properties of the heaven from which all creatures emerge. The Sephiroth beyond fulfills the function of Sephiroth wisdom. Sephiroth of the wisdom of the heaven, because the man ascends beyond and beyond the part of Rosha of the cell, or becomes the golf, be like the golf. The body can receive the light of Hoshima Asva. But thanks to the prayers raised by the lower ones, human beings with one who are spiritually present in the world of Bia Yasad Al-Sabah, Bia returns to the Rashad of Al-Sabah, receives the light of wisdom from Al-Sabah, and passes on to the world. World passes it on to all worlds, and foul of the world emerged with the six properties. Extremity of the beyond was divided. If there is written, the six river heads originated with beyond the descent of the greater sea. The beyond divisions into six properties. When she exists in Rosha di Alzva, it's called six sources, the only source of light of heaven. But then beyond the return of the Rosha Alzva, they become the light of wisdom and called the rivers that descend from parts of heaven. They are called six rivers and written, as it is written, he will drink of the brook and in the way, therefore we will lift up the head. Afterwards, heaven will light into the straight sea, to the Navak. The rivers and brooks signify the light of heaven. The Navak, considered source of light of wisdom, wisdom. Oak Shema is merged with the beyond form of the back. Sole purpose of the creating the source of the light of the worlds of the beyond, and not emerged with the world had no choice of receiving the light. The word Bereshit, serving the meaning of Bera, created with six properties out of the wood of wisdom, as the Bera signifies concealment. Hence, the word of Bereshit, the two meanings. Hoshama, as the word of Reshit, means Hoshama. Bereshit, we see that the Sephirah was divided into six parts of the Brosha with the light of wisdom. Six parts of the source of light called the world. The six parts of the heaven together with the man are called 7 days of creation. However, since the Bera is not inside of the word of Bereshit, this means that greater him who is concealed and unknown is concealed from the wisdom of Eric and Ampin. For it expelled beyond the Rosh and turned into the other words created in six parts of the described in Bereshit. Bereshit designed by wisdom, light of wisdom. Light cannot descend to the heaven until the epitome of wisdom it comes outside, because the tismal bet of the Zat D beyond fell over the world. Hence, beyond the gadlut of the heaven, of the wisdom of the creator, and desires the beyond the world, beyond the Bereshit. The Bereshit also means Hebrew to exist and to transcend. Alright, the lock and key. Rabbi Shia and Rabbi Yossi were walking around along a road. As they reached for the field of the Rabbi Shia, and said to Rabbi Yossi, the Bereshit created 6 certainly alluded Bereshits for 6 supernal days. The Yaakov the Vak beyond shined the Torah, while others yet guard beyond are concealed. Heaven and the world of the Outlet is called the Torah. The 6th supernal day of Vak of Dibiana, those are above the heaven. Hence, the first word of Torah is Bereshit, or created. It indicates the light beyond turns to the light of wisdom in order to receive the light of wisdom that passes to heaven. The heaven is unable to receive the light of wisdom. Over the Hokmah, the genesis of the Hokmah light into the 10 survive beyond the Vak, light of the 6 Farats, which is the light of the first six Bibles of the Bible, Torah, and written the Bereshit created the 6th, which means the light the heaven receives beyond with the light of the only 6 Farats. Whereas the light, some of them are, whereas the 2 of them are concealed from them. The reason, although the parts of Attica belongs to the Tisa Alpha, the first restriction is obliged to shine down on all parts of the world of Atwal, and all our worlds the BYA. And with the light of the testimony, blessing, therefore, with regard of the lower parts of man appear with the parts of the object of the world begins with the Lord's blessing. In other words, deliberately imposes itself outside with regard to the other restriction light and enables the lower world object to receive from it. Hence, is the evaluated demand that the liberty to and be the zigzag screen sends the Nikava begin with the parts of Ava. So it's the Alzava over the parts of properties second restriction, as is the Keter over the entire world of Alzala instead of the attic. This was designed so that the parts of the attic itself which splits into 2, the Genesis as in the Attica, and the Alzava Herod parts of it became the second parts of it. And since the man ascended to the any Nikavi enemy, parts of AA remained in Malsha, and the Sephra Aratet Yasad. Instead, man became concealed with the Nikavi enemy of parts of Attic. Also, the genesis of the Attic became concealed with the lower parts of man, stood in the Nikavi enemy of the Rosh of the Attic, and the. Alright. Of subsequent parts of him of the world, the Aswal's emerged serm to part of this is split into the Genesis and the A and the Arshava, and the parts of it beyond with the 2 parts of Genesis forming the look, and the AHP Arteret Herod parts of Pasiva from parts of Yushat Malosha. Man ascended with the remain of the white, while his parts of Yeshma remain without man. The same applies for the world. Genesis formed the big world, and apparently, the heavens formed some of the 3 the separates formed the world. Man remained in the Nika enemy with the small one in the big zone, over the big zone, and in the small world as only 9 separates of the man without man, which replaced Etrot Yasad in the parts of Attic. Therefore, yes, the Keter Attic splits into 2 parts, Attic and Zat, which are A beyond with the. Alright, shit. As a result, the upper degree each remains concealed like the parts of Attic, with the man does not descend from the place where he ascended, and that's about envy. To previous place of P Liberty, although the Gadlight of the HP returned to their place of sin, their own Genesis, which is one and the same. Genesis does not become filled with the light of wisdom. As a result, the man becomes concealed in Genesis. Moreover, the man is this the band of Tasma Alpha, or reception of wisdom, and therefore the Genesis remains the light of mercy. Only part of the degree filled with the light of wisdom. In wisdom there was error, and Althea van Divad Rish. Letter of Yah departed from the world. Only letters of Althea va Rish remained from the world, or light, or Hoshma of the light of wisdom. And follows the pathman with the world of heaven, world of the asphalt, the human heaven of the Genesis, the Gar of God, some other shit. Alright, however, it is said the secret creation of Bereshit, that he was holy and concealed the establishment laws and beyond the secret concealed the meaning of the man of the parts of the attic, parts of the man of the Vatasava after was ascended beyond the removed the AHP of the AAA below. Rosha, same law established beyond, established concealed everything locked in one key, and he hid the key in the hall, although everything is hidden in the hall. The most important thing in the key is for it locks and unlocks everything. He who is holy and concealed is Altva, for the wisdom is concealed. The laws are established in it, and meaning that the man of the deficiency of the God of the God man of called the central point of all creation, as also the creation with Titzva Alpha imposed, contrary to the screen strands, but it's not to man, but in Yesod more than Archet Yesod. Place the covenant in circumcision, placing zigzag with a permitted with the Titzat bet, and with the screen that allows the perception of light. Hence, it's called the point of population, not the central point. There's Keter, Hoshma, Binyat, Zephyr, and Yesod, Zephyr, and Malkut, man who receives the heaven's property to bestow the population place, and man a zigzag can be made in the deserted place. Alright, the thing is, there's no wisdom in the AA, the Superman attic of the asphalt attic, corrected with the point of being of the Naim Admi of the part one own parts of all. And Gadolite descended the Naim Admi with the liberty with the zigzag. These words are really hard. Alright, anyways, the screen is called the lock for its block entry with the light, the wisdom of light of the part of the spiritual object. The lights are called the light of wisdom, yet descend from the night of Eve of the liberty, the screen lights of the part wisdom is, they're called by the Nikiv, Enium, or pupil of the eyes. Although the attic is in pupil of the eyes, where the man affects for the Elsva, and attic itself, Elsva is created by the screen located not in the man by the Etret Yesod, or simply Yesod. There is no man in it. This is why it is not man. The rules Neta Ednia Artia Yesod, as there were, unlike light of the attic, light can be made with the man attic from the central point, which does not make zigzag or light of wisdom, although regards the attic of the Elsva itself as Genesis. Subsequently, AA creatures look be conformed to absence of the light of wisdom due to the absence of the Lord Supreme, and the Sephirah are in the hall, which are entire light of the wisdom, and the keys of the kept in the hidden hall beyond the hall for light of wisdom. Man ascended beyond the Genesis beyond the rules, thereby as absence of the light of wisdom not there felt therefore properties of the seen when the order of reception, which is important to complete the substitute or of wisdom, and the vessels of beyond is ruled by the key of Artis Yesod. In the key, it looks like it unlocks everything concealed revelation of a man to stand within in the pupil of the eye. When the man stands in the pupil of the eye, he conceals with the wisdom, light of wisdom, such in the case that the object remains with the greater God of the Sephiroths series. It cannot be desired to receive for the Creator's sake. Consequently, contains light of wisdom. Light of wisdom can only be received by the greater God of the Altiva. And when Partha receives strength of the love, the resist the egoistic desire, reception of the greater God of the Alsva can receive the Creator's secret means to acquire with the screen against this desire can also work within the Creator. This begins the Malin, beginning with the people of the eyes to the liberty, but differently elevates the greater God to the Rosh, to the bad. It begins with to the Rosh and begins to calculate how much light it can receive within the greater with the Creator's sake. However, the received pleasure must not be too great, or will make the subject enjoy egotistically. Afterwards, the subject of the object receives the light of wisdom into the body. Thus, the man stands in the pupil of the eyes, forbids light from entering the object, since he must light the object into the heaven or the real world, where the rule belongs to the man that ascends from the pupil of the eyes, or alert aside, or called the key, where the genesis of the parts of Allah remains of the light of wisdom, or light of reception. Desire the light of wisdom, the reception, the lighting of the light into the preventing it from entering the object depends on the key, not the man herself. Wisdom, or the hall conceals tremendous treasures piled on one upon the other, and the 50 tight closed gates in the hall were meant to block and access the light. They are divided into 4 sides, but they become 49 gates. There are 1 gate on no side, and the unknown whether they exist above or below, and hence remain closed. There are many types of Garvo or Nishima, Heya, and Yekadi. There are many, contains the Genesis, individual degrees in detail, hence is written once upon the other, yet there's a man standing in the Nishima, enemy, the people of eyes, all the degrees of light remain concealed, unknown. If the gate signifies the vessel's desire to receive the light in spiritual war, the no body's only desire, the desires is called body. If there no desire, the no body of the no vessel receive the light of the pressure for the bigger desire of the bigger of the body. However, the bodies are similar in structure. Just as a man in our world consists of the 613 parts, the spiritual body contains 613 spiritual desires. If one is able to earn one of these desires of spiritual body with the Creator, such as the action referred to as the mitzvah or the key of the commandment, good deed, and received by the light of the Torah. A spiritual object that has the head and the place of the decision are made with the containment of the desire known to be fit within the screen, resistant to the desire to use the spiritual art altruistic and reverse them from one's own sake for the sake of the Creator. If one has fulfilled the 613 commandments of the Torah, even 7 keys, mitzvahs, or plural, commandments and good deeds of the nation of the world. There are 620 commandments and good deeds in all. There here it says 620 degrees and complete mergers within the Creator. To observe all the commandments, mean with the complete and fill one of the spiritual objects with the light of the Torah, filling the observant commandments of the greater deed of the Asha, positive deed, prohibited commandment, the Pisvat, low test down, the negative deed. With the fulfillment later lies the unwillingness to receive the pleasure and found within them. There are 2 types of degrees on gates which they are closed and receive nothing. They open and receive the upper light, which they are closed, and the 50 of them. However, then there are only 49 of the 50 can be opened. There are 10 Sifats and 5 Sifats, consisting of 6 Sifats. However, the Malashot consists of 6, and hence it includes the 10 Sephirots, and each of the 5 Sephirots consists of 10. This also makes them made up of 50. However, the zigzag is made not over the man, but is in the air at Yasad, Malashot, or women itself does not receive the light. Light is received for the 4 Sifat kingdoms of Kirhat, Herod, Bishat, Benia, Zephyr, and Bean, or heaven that precedes the man. Each consists of 10 hence is 4 times 10 to 40 plus in the Sephirat, light Sephirat of the Keter on your side of the Melshra, here are your sides of 40 plus 40 and 40 plus 9 is 49. Alright, only the five of the women or out of 50 degrees does not receive the light, but because only the greater God would have been completely corrected with light cannot enter the known advance, for the women has no strength to oppose the powerful egotistic desire to receive the pleasure. Instead of during the women screen stand for the Yisad di Mashal, the place called the covenant, or the breath on the covenant place for the mitzvah, or the key of the circumcision must be kept with the song is the zigzag of the man herself on her first restriction the side rather than archery on the second restriction. Women is called the Sephara nun, or the 50th gate that refers to the malsha of the object, the man of each object for the world of the world of the Bia. Although man of the object of the looks to descend with the naive and with the people of the eyes look to her play for the liberty with the Sephra and these two heavens of clothes, the ascent of the degree of the looking and the merging of the Yisat into the heaven of the object results with the light of wisdom descending from the Ava. Unwilling, therefore, to receive the light of wisdom, remaining the light of reception, as the man had never been descended from the I am to the Pel, or the eyes to liberty. Therefore, it is impossible to tell the light of the seen with the man located with the people of eyes or at the liberty. On the contrary, by looking at the looking at the ways that it seems to man stands as people opens. Only the state of youngins can determine the man's location there where should ascend to the looking at the bigger state Yisat or receiving or Hokmah. Although man herself can receive the light of wisdom and receive the light of wisdom wheresoever it does not utilize the man, their own man, since the Yisad already has an arturated Yosad. Instead of man, it received the light of the opens up where the look remains closed. However, the absence of the 50 gate zigzag with the Malshat herself, the Yishat, so the absence of the corresponding light with the wisdom in all the objects of heaven is written about 50 gates beyond and all given of the Moses, except the one lowest secret of the absence of the upper light. For its upper light can be received by the greater God, and the desire of the man and itself, and primary mortal egoism, while occurring with the end of the correction at the completion of 6,000 years. Alright, 44. Those gates have one lock with a narrow space inside, but the inserting light and unmarked recognized only with the impress of the key, which is unknown with the narrow space, but only with the key itself is written over the secret. The Bereshit bar al Haklim are the beginning of the Creator created. In the beginning of the key, in the beginning is the key, and all is concealed when it is unlocks and locks. And the 6 gates are containing the key, which locks and unlocks the lock of these gates enclosed, whether it is written with the beginning of the Bereshit, the revealed world. The revealed word that through the usually concealed is bara, or created with the concealed with the world, every implied with the key unlocks and locks it open up. Alright, man stands where the people of eyes look lock for she present for she prevents the light of wisdom from entering the object, entering the spiritual objects, entering the light of wisdom can only be enter the kursat and the herdad. Hence the mirror the Nefash wrote. Also, the absence of the greater God, Sefret, beyond Zephyr, Ampian, Malshat, lights of the Nisham, Hajjad, Yishad, are absent. Yishad, Mashad is the 49th gate, the maximum before the end of the correction of Malshat, and Nizad itself, the 50 gate. I don't know if you can count this, but you better count your rosary beads, because that's something easier. If the key of Arche, Yosad, light over the Yosad, Mashal, the 49th gate, lighter over the Mashal, over their place, of the eyes, people of the liberty, the lighter is open, and the object of the light of wisdom fills it with the Artar, the key. However, the spirit of the Rishmo that allows the spirit of the fast remembrance allows us not to use the man of the women to place the zigzag before final correction by all others. Women of the greater God of the past remembrance of look, since they never receives the look of the wisdom, they not use the key. They reveal the Atva Hirad Prasad does not extend other than another less even false Asad Hirad Prasad is sufficient to let the Yasad yet Yeshat receive the light of the wisdom. Receiving the knowledge signifies the presence of the light of wisdom. Light corresponds to the outer of the entrance of the surrounding survive with the Malshat. And inside Malshat 49 survive. Malshat 50th gate does not forbid light to be filled with the parts of light, does not look up at the object as you contain the proper contains the past remembrance of prohibition only when the which is enters the Malshat herself. The reason for the past remembrance or the key of memory result from the heaven beyond the Yesat, hence the light is called the key. After the bear creator in the beginning includes itself in the key, Retta Yesat 49 Sphera, excluding the Malshat, and the women of the 50th gate, however, known of the Safat of the Killa, Kader, Herod, and Binia, of all the parts of the world, the asphalt will receive the light of wisdom, or light of reception shines within them instead. Therefore, the beginning of the created Bereshit with the concealed of the wisdom for the bara created the derived notation bar beyond the significant mold of women beyond the perception of our light wisdom, hensing the part of the creator command, greater God, looked up in the absence of light. Alright, Avram. It should be like